Sometimes the best way to get the word out is simply to knock on some doors.
And that's exactly what Flower Mound Fire Department crew members are doing in areas of town most at risk for wildfires.
We chose this neighborhood for public outreach after doing the Denton County Community Wildfire Protection Plan. This neighborhood was identified as an extreme risk for wildfire. A lot of that is because the neighborhood is surrounded by dense brush. Also, a lot of the homes have wood siding, combustible decks, combustible stairs.
Homeowners receiving this knock on the door will be given this booklet full of information on creating a personal wildland fire action guide.
Each home really needs at least about 30 feet of defensible space. Obviously, you can increase that depending on your property size, but within those 30 feet, to not store combustible materials near your home, to keep your grass cut, to keep your tree limbs trimmed up so grass doesn't ladder fuel into the trees, and keeping leaf litter and pine straw out of your gutters and off your roof.
This kind of public outreach is just one example of FMFD's joint efforts with Denton County, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and Texas Forest Service to reduce the risk of catastrophic wildfires.
So the Denton County Wildfire Protection Plan was something that the county decided to do really after the fires of last year, where we had the large fire on the west end of Grapevine Lake, and then also the fire 2 weeks later that occurred near Louisville Lake in Highland Village.
The risk of wildfires is highest anywhere when, obviously, the conditions are driest.
In Texas, our peak wildfire seasons are January to April and July through September. A lot of that is to do in the winter and early spring. A lot of the fuels are still dormant. We have stronger frontal winds coming from the north, and then July through September we experience a lot of late summer drying and drought, and those fuels that grew up during the spring and early summer have been dying off essentially and becoming a light flashy fuel. In addition to this public education outreach, we performed a fuels reduction project earlier this year near the Roanoke Hill subdivision, where some of the invasive undergrowth was removed and some of the tree limbs were trimmed up to help break the fuel load where the Corps of Engineer land abutted the neighborhood. And that project was done in conjunction with the Corps of Engineers as well.
If anyone would like more information on wildfires, you can stop by any of the Flower Mound fire stations.